Welcome to the Ultimate Sports Podcast. Today is Monday, August 5th, 2019. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's baseball games, look ahead to today's games. A big-time NFL quarterback gets a contract extension, and my best bet of the day. All right, baseball. Some interesting results from the weekend and from yesterday. We'll just do yesterday's because it would take a while to go through the entire weekend's slate of results. So without further ado, here we go. White Sox over the Phillies 10-5. A nice win for the White Sox. They actually won the series. The big moment in this series everybody is jabbering about was the Phillies in extra innings putting Vince Velasquez in left field and gunning down a go-ahead run at home plate, but ultimately the Phillies fell short in that game. That was on Friday night. White Sox go to 48-61. Philadelphia goes to 58-53. Ronaldo Lopez gets the win. Drew Smyly the loss. Lopez, 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, walks, 3 strikeouts, ERA 5.41. Drew Smyly's worst start as a Philly, 5 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts, ERA 7.01. Orioles over the Blue Jays 6-5. The Orioles go to 38-73. Toronto 45-69. Getting the win for Baltimore, improving the 1-2 on the season. Tom Eshelman getting charged with the loss for Toronto, dropping the 1-2 on the year. Sean Reed-Foley. And getting his 4th save of the year for the Orioles is Sean Armstrong. All right. Jacob Yacobanis was the opener, an inning, a hit, and 2 walks. ERA 7.15. Then Eshelman comes in for the next 5 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. ERA 6.51. Sean Reed-Foley, 4 innings, 4 hits, and a run, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. ERA 2.49 on the year. So he hasn't been bad this year, actually. Indians over the Angels 6-2. The Indians go to 66-45. Angels 56-57. Shane Bieber to win. Jacob Barria the loss. Bieber with the complete game, 5 hit, 2 run, no walks, 8 strikeouts, ERA 3.31. I'm really impressed with this kid. And Jaime Barria, 3 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, ERA 6.36. Rays over the Marlins 7-2. Rays have won 6 straight, but it really hasn't helped their cause in the division as they sit 8 back of the Yankees. 65-48 on the year. Miami is 42-67. Yanni Chirinos to win. Caleb Smith the loss. Chirinos, 5 innings, 2 hits, and a run, a walk, 4 strikeouts, ERA 3.62. Caleb Smith, 5 innings, 6 hits, and a run, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts, ERA 3.35. Reds over the Braves 6-4 in 10 innings. This was a crazy game from a gambling standpoint and from an entertainment standpoint. Ronald Acuna, with probably the most clutch home run in his career, gets wasted as Shane Green drops to 0-1 as a member of the Braves. Robert Stevenson gets the win for the Reds. He's 3-2. David Hernandez gets his 2nd save of the year. Shane Green, another takeaway from the weekend, has gone off to a very rocky start as a member of the Braves as their closer. Sonny Gray started for the Reds yesterday. It was solid, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, ERA 3.25. Julio Teheran, 5 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 6 walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 3.46. Mets over the Pirates 13-2. They've won 9 of their last 10, 55-56 on the year. Pittsburgh 48-63. Noah Syndergaard the win. Joe Musgrove the loss. Syndergaard was great. 7 innings, 3 hits, and a run, a walk, 3 strikeouts, ERA 3.96. Joe Musgrove 3 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, no walks, 5 strikeouts, ERA 4.69. Astros over the Mariners 3-1. The Astros are 73-40. Seattle 47-67. Justin Verlander to win. Tommy Malone the loss. Roberto Osuna the save. Justin Verlander with another quality outing, 6 innings, 3 hits, and a run, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, ERA 2.68. Sam Tuivasa was the opener, an inning and 2 walks, 3.38 ERA. Tommy Malone, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts, ERA 4.33. He followed Tuivasa. Twins over the Royals 3-0. The Twins go to 69-42. Kansas City 40-73. Getting the win for the Twins was Devin Smeltzer. Brad Keller, the loss, drops to 7-11, and Trevor Rogers gets his 17th save of the year. Smeltzer, 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts, ERA 2.28. Keller, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts, ERA 3.95. He's been very good of late. I'm talking about Brad Keller of the Royals. Very quietly been great. just overshadowed because of how bad Kansas City is. Cubs over the Brewers 7-2. They get the sweep at home. First place in the division, 16-51. Milwaukee 57-56. Yu Darvish to win. Adrian Hauser the loss. Tyler Chatwood gets the second save of the year. Yu Darvish has been wonderful over his last 6 starts. In this game, 5 innings, 5 hits, an earned run, no walks, 8 strikeouts, to a 4.36. Adrian Hauser, 5 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts, to a 4.24. Rangers over the Tigers, 9-4. The Rangers are 57-54. Detroit 32-75. Getting the win for the Rangers, Rafael Montero. He's 1-0, and getting charged with the loss for Detroit, dropping the 0-3 on the year, is Jose Cisnero. Starting for Texas was a guy by the name of Pedro Payano. 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, rate 3.45. Jordan Zimmerman, 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts, rate 7.13. Rockies over the Giants 6-2. The Rockies 52-60. San Francisco 56-56. Cal Freeland the win. Tyler Beede the loss. Freeland 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts, rate 7.24. A step in the right direction for him, in my opinion. Tyler Beede 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, rate 5.38. He was pitching well going into that game, so that's a bit of a step back for him. A's over the Cardinals 4-2. Oakland is 64-48. St. Louis 58-52. Tanner Roark the win. His first win as an A. Adam Wainwright the loss, 7-8. Liam Hendricks 11 saves on the year now. Tanner Roark 5 innings, 4 hits, and a run, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. You're at 1.8. That's 1.8 is just with the A's. Wainwright 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. You're at 4.5. Dodgers over the Padres 11-10. This game was wild. It was capped off on a walk-off 2-run double by Max Muncy. Dodgers go to 74-40. San Diego 51-60. Pedro Baez the win. He's 6-2. Kirby Yates the loss 0-3 with a blown save as well. Kenta Maeda started. He was not good. 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, a walk, 4 strikeouts, rate 4.37. Credit to the Dodgers bullpen for holding it together a little bit, with the exception of a few guys. Amy Garcia wasn't good. Jose Urias gave up a run in 2 1/3, and another guy that gave up some runs in this game was JT Chirigoys for the Dodgers. And meanwhile, Chris Paddock started for the Padres. He stunk. 4 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, a walk, 6 strikeouts, rate 3.19. So his ERA jumps up a bit. Diamondbacks over the Nationals 7-5. This was Patrick Corbin's return game to Arizona. 56-56 on the year. Washington 58-53. Yoichi Hirano with the win. Wander Suero the loss. Archie Bradley the save. Taylor Clark started for Arizona, 5 2/3 innings, 4 3 runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts, rate 5.46. Patrick Corbin, 5 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, rate 3.43. Yankees over the Red Sox 7-4 to complete the 4-game sweep. Yanks go to 72-39. Boston 59-55. Jay Happ the win. David Price the loss. Chad Green with the save. Jay Happ started for the Yankees. He was cruising, and then he kind of collapsed there in the 6th inning and dated back a little bit to the 5th inning, too. 5 2/3 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, a walk, 2 strikeouts, rate 5.24. David Price was awful, like he always is at Yankee Stadium. 2 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, rate 4.36. Story about this game, Red Sox get swept. I think they're done. Meanwhile, the Yankees, that was impressive what they did considering all the injuries they sustained in the series. Luke Voit, Edwin Encarnacion, Gleyber Torres, Gio Urshela, and there was one more too. I can't think of who it was for them. Although they did get DJ LeMahieu back in the series. He was out for about a week with an injury, and then Didi Gregorius was out for a couple of days with a minor injury. He's back too, and both those guys contributed in this series for the Yankees as well. Actually, Didi came back last night. DJ LeMahieu came back on Friday. So at least those two guys are back, but you got to worry about Aaron Hicks was who got hurt. He has the elbow injury. He might get Tommy John surgery. Luke Voigt, I heard a rumor, is out for the season, although Voigt thinks he'll be back. Edwin Encarnacion's out for 3 to 5 weeks, but Edwin thinks he'll be back sooner rather than later. You have Gleyber Torres, who I think will hit the disabled list potentially with the core issue. I'm just quoting Aaron Boone there, that he suffered last night. But according to his father on Twitter, he's okay and will be traveling with the team to Baltimore. I expect him to get a night off today, but I think it's likely that he does land on the injured list, but may not be out very long like many people feared last night. And then Gio Urshela fouled the ball off his knee, and he looked like he was in pain. He was taken out of the game for precautionary, so I don't think Urshela will hit the injured list. That would be a quite big loss for them because he's been a very big contributor to what they've done this year and one of the most surprising players in all of baseball. It's unbelievable that guy has 12 homers on the Yankees. And so does Aaron Judge, but Judge has 12 homers because he was hurt a majority of this year and he was in that really bad slump, and he seems like he's coming out of it too. Judge homered last night off of David Price in the first inning. Today's games, at 4 o'clock, you have a makeup game between the Marlins and the Mets from Citi Field. Sandy Alcantara and Jacob deGrom. deGrom's been pitching much better of late. 7 o'clock, Yankees-Orioles. Masahiro Tanaka and Gabriel Noah. Brewers-Pirates. Jordan Lyles making his return to Pittsburgh against Dario Agraizel. Agraizel's been promising for Pittsburgh, and Lyles pitched very well in his debut for the Brewers in Oakland last week. White Sox-Tigers, Lucas Giolito and Stephen Turnbull. You have Royals-Red Sox from Fenway, Rick Porcello against Mike Montgomery. Montgomery has not been very good for the Royals since he came over in that deal, and Porcello has not been very good this season, but Porcello's got to like his chances tonight in Fenway Park. Game 2 between the Marlins and the Mets. You have Walter Lockett going for the Mets and Robert Duggar making his debut this year for the Marlins. Rangers-Indians. Mike Minor going for Texas against Aaron Savali for the Indians. Savali making, I believe, his first start coming up from AAA, so I'm interested to see what he looks like. Blue Jays-Rays. You have Charlie Morton, who's been the Rays ace this year, pretty much, against Jacob Wazapek of Toronto. Angels-Reds. You have Patrick Sandoval making his Major League debut, and he's going to be the opener for the Angels against the ace of the Reds, Luis Castillo. Athletics-Cubs, 8 o'clock, ESPN. Chris Bassett, Kyle Hendricks. This is going to be a great game. You have two contenders going head-to-head. Oakland contending for the wild card spot in the American League for the second year in a row. And then you have the Cubs, who I think will probably win the National League Central. I think they're the best team in that division. They have a good rotation. Their bullpen's still a weakness, in my opinion. But if Kimbrel pitches like the Kimbrel of old, and David Phelps turns out to be a good acquisition in the back end of the bullpen, maybe their bullpen will exceed my expectations a little bit. And then you have their offense, who just acquired Nicholas Castellanos in the trade, and he should help them. I like the Cubs here at home. Kyle Hendricks is wonderful at Wrigley Field, and I think that he's somebody that's been pitching very well lately. His ERA is down to 3.07, amazingly enough, and I absolutely love their chances tonight. Although Chris Bassett has been solid for Oakland this year, I just expect that Wrigley crowd to be great. So I'm going to go with the Cubs at home against the Athletics in a nationally televised game. Braves-Twins. Mike Soroka and Jake Odorizzi. That's a fantastic series in Minnesota. I'm surprised that game wasn't chosen for ESPN, but I think ESPN cares more about their ratings, so they chose the Cubs over two teams that are likely to win their divisions, and the Braves and the Twins. You have the Phillies at the Diamondbacks. Vince Velasquez and Merrill Kelly. 9:45 Nationals Giants. Eric Feed and Jeff Samardzija. And Cardinals Dodgers at 10 o'clock. I'm surprised that wasn't chosen for ESPN, especially. You have Tony Gonsolin for the Dodgers and Michael Wacha for the Cardinals. So maybe they wanted to go give the A's some love and put them on the mothership. And the Wednesday night ESPN game for next week is Brewers-Pirates, which I don't love that at all. That is between a team that is in contention for the wild card and for its division in the Brewers and against the team that's free-falling in the Pirates. So that was not a smart choice by the mothership of ESPN. You had better options for Wednesday night baseball. But in fairness to them, Athletics-Cubs is a day game. Cardinals-Dodgers is a day game. Royals-Red Sox is a bad game, and it's worse than Brewers-Pirates. And Nationals-Giants is a matinee game, too. Breaking baseball news before I get to Tom Brady. Robinson Cano to the injured list for the Mets. We're just talking about chances the Yankees second baseman Gleyber Torres goes on the injured list. It was just announced that the Mets second baseman and former Yankees second baseman Robinson Cano is on the injured list with the left hamstring strain. I think this is a blow for the Mets. Do I think they can win without him? Yes, as long as their starting pitching lives up to the hype. You have Jacob deGrom going in the first game today, so I think they're in a good position to win that first game. And deGrom's looking like the guy from last year all of a sudden and making it interesting in the National League Cy Young race, especially with Hae-Jin Ryu out with that injury, and he was just placed on the injured list. I think it's a lat injury for Ryu. And the Dodgers are a team that likes to take advantage of the injured list. I feel like the Yankees have done that with CC Sabathia the last couple years as well. So the two best teams record-wise in the respective conferences, and the Yankees and the Dodgers, like to take advantage of the injured list. But this is a blow to the Mets offense. Peter Alonso has been in a little bit of a second-half slide. J.D. Davis has been fine for them. So I think they can survive it, especially if Syndergaard and deGrom pitch up to their capabilities. And I have to include Steven Matz in there, too. If he pitches well, I guess they could avoid the Cano injury. And then you have to have the rest of your offense step up. Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, J.D. Davis, Michael Conforto. You need those four guys in particular, and Todd Frazier, too, to step up in Cano's absence. Tom Brady got paid. He got a contract extension until the 2021 season. That's where it ends. This was inevitable. His contract was up after the 2019 season, so they had to give him a 2-year extension. I don't know the terms because they're disclosed. I'm sure it's a 2-year $40 million, 2-year $60 million. If anything, it should be a 2-year $70 million. And that's out of respect to the greatest of all time, the greatest I've ever seen at that position. So I really don't know the terms because the Patriots never leak terms when it comes to their star quarterback. So I don't know how much he's being paid. So I'm going to guess it's 2 years for 60. Although I think it should be 2 years 70 because he's Tom Brady and he's the greatest of all time. So he deserves whatever money he can get. So good for the Patriots and good for Tom Brady. And who knows, maybe they're not looking for his successor yet. All right. Best bet of the day brought to you by DraftKings. We have some good options on the board today for baseball. A lot of big favorites today. We just discussed one of them a couple minutes ago while discussing the injury to Robinson Cano, and that's a no-brainer pick with the Mets and Jacob deGrom in Citi Field. So I gotta go with the Metropolitans in Game 1 of that series. I am going to take the White Sox in Detroit, the Red Sox at home against the Royals. I'm not going to go with the Indians. I think that line is a little wacky. And I don't love the Mets in their second game either. I'm going to take the Rays at home against the Blue Jays. Oh, the Yankees against the Orioles. How did I skip that one on the chart? So, again, Mets in Game 1, Yankees, White Sox, Red Sox, the Rays. I'm not going to pick the Cubs in there because Bassett's been pretty solid too, and I think Oakland has a chance to win that game outright. Braves Twins is a toss-up, but I would lean Atlanta, but I'm not going to put Atlanta in there. And I am going to go with the Dodgers at home against the Cardinals, although I don't feel good about it at all. I'm going to wager 64 cents, payout of $6.39. That's it for the podcast today. I'll be back tomorrow recapping these baseball games and looking ahead to tomorrow night's games. And I may have an activity for you guys in store as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everybody.